Howdy mates, good afternoon. Here's a part 2 video for Sunday, December 11th, 2022, and still over at the DeSoto National Park, based in Bradenton, Florida. But I figured while I was here, I wanted to do a short video on some native plants that you can actually see here. Plants that I really haven't had a chance to do some interpretation on. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys this right here. I'm sure some of you have probably seen this particular plant before, whether it be along gardens or, in this case, a hiking trail. This is something known as the Florida Swamp Privet. It's a very common, well, somewhat common native shrub in the state of Florida, and they're always distinguished by their dark berries right here, which I have read are apparently edible too, as a matter of fact, as long as they are ripe, of course. And given that we are at a park, I am not going to consume, just because the point of these types of parks is to promote protection of these plants. So instead, as a fellow steward, what I can do is scatter a seed. Oh yeah, by the way, before I throw it, wow, that literally slid right out of my fingers. Well, either way, in the fruit capsule, there's typically one large seed. There you go, right there. So that's all it is, one single seed. So all it takes is to just simply spread, and it will sprout for the next generation. So this is commonly a favorite, especially among our birds. So having much of our shrubs in bloom right now is very crucial, especially for the migratory birds, as it provides an opportunity for feeding. So this could not be much better timing at all. But you can commonly buy these plants, in particular, at a native plant nursery. They're a great hedge plant, for your garden, and it's a great decoration too. And it's native, so that's other good news about the plant. So it is able to coexist with other native plants belonging down here. But their leaves, typically, they have a, they kind of have a lance leaf shape. And they kind of have like a, how do I want to say it? Like a waxy texture. So that's how you know if you're looking at one. But there's one more particular plant that I wanted to show you guys real quick. Give me just a second. Here we go. As we're rapidly approaching, we have found our other plant that I want to interpret on. Here, we've got something known as the Lyceum caroliniana. That's the scientific name. We, as a common name, we actually call these Christmasberry. And think about this. It could not have been much better timing, given that, Christmas is 2 weeks away. So it's, the irony is strong. So Christmasberry is, in fact, another native plant down here in Florida. Even though there are other species in the Lyceum genus that are exotic, that are commonly found in Mexico and even South America. But fortunately, this particular species is native. So it's another common shrub, also great to serve as a hedge plant for your garden or just at your home. Same thing, you can get them at a native plant nursery. Typically, the berries themselves they'll turn into this bright red once they have their chance to ripen. However, though, please keep in mind when they are unripe, they're toxic to eat. So, in the case if you're ever in a situation where you need to forage something, don't pick these unripe. And like I said, given that we're at a park and our migratory birds need them more than I do, I'm not going to try a sample. But they're so neat looking. And the fact that they look very similar to sea purslane, just based on the shape of their leaves. They kind of have like a, they're kind of, how do I want to put it? Elliptical. Yeah, somewhat. I mean, they still have a tip on each leaf. But the difference, though, between Christmasberry and, say, the Florida Swamp Privet is the leaves on the Christmasberry have a bit more pubescence. Or, in other words, they kind of have a bit more of a hairy texture. So this is also another favorite among our migratory birds. Another great snack in case if they need something to eat in the meantime. But you can just see like how truly extensive the shrub is. You can hardly even tell where it begins. It's like one big maze, as it were. But yep. So, in case if any of you are wanting to incorporate more native plants into your home or in your yard, this is a pretty good one. I mean, frankly, like where I'm living, I wish I could do a bit more with the property that we have. But given that we're renting, it's like we have to ask permission, and it's just, I don't know. That's why sometimes it would be a little nice to just maybe have a little piece of your own land. Like that'd be phenomenal. Just because, I would do so much more with native plants than what I already do. So, and you can find it just all along the trail's edge here. I mean, both of these plants that I've been talking about, you'll commonly only see them in really coastal dune settings, mangrove swamps. And the fact that they can also tolerate nutrient poor soil as well. But they need full sunlight. So that's why you'll commonly see them in this type of setting. A given area that has a little more sunlight passing through. So, all right, you guys, take it easy. Enjoy your Sunday. Take care.